focus. Some breaking developments coming in. The Supreme Court has issued notice over pleas alleging hate speech. The Supreme Court has noted rising climate of hate in the country leading to hate speech. The Supreme Court has directed the police to suo motu action regarding hate speech, irrespective of religion of the speaker. The court says any inaction on the part of police and authorities would also be viewed as contempt. So the Supreme Court, not mincing any words, issuing notice over pleas alleging the hate speech and environment in the country. My colleague Ananya Bhatnagar, who's been tracking all these developments for us, is now joining us on the broadcast. The Supreme Court there, Ananya, mincing no words. What is also interesting is they're directing action irrespective of religion of the speaker.
Well, definitely, Ridhima, this is the hate speech petitions that have come up before the Supreme Court of India. In fact, the division bench of the Supreme Court was hearing Mr. Kapil Sibal, senior advocate, who was appearing for these petitioners, who clearly alleged that there are hate speeches and such incidents that are happening continuously, and such events are very recurring in nature, and in fact, no court in the country is taking cognizance of it. And in fact, after that, the court said that it is its duty to take an action, and that's why the interim orders have come in. The court has issued notice on the alleged the petitions seeking action against alleged hate speeches. In fact, it has sought response from the union government and others in this particular case. But what is very, very clear at this moment of time, and a clear direction from the topmost court of the country, is that the police of Delhi, UP and Uttarakhand has been directed, in fact, to take suo motu action of such hate speeches taking place. And in fact, any action on the inaction on the part of the police officials would be looked as contempt to court. A clear warning from the top court coming in for these police officials, because remember that what is being pointed out by the petitioners in this particular case is that the police is just standing at those events where such hate speeches and such words are being used against a particular community, against opposite religion, and no action is being taken by the police or any kind of authorities in there. And then the court took cognizance of this, and in fact, a very pertinent question that the court was also asking, in fact, Mr. Sibal, was that is it only one community that is involved, or the other one is also there? So Mr. Sibal answered that if they would have done it, then they would not have been spared, and in fact, anybody who's involved in such an action should be taken care of and should be taken by the court, dealt by the law very, very strictly. And that's the reason why the top court has said that the climate of hate is in fact increasing in the country, and that's why hate speeches are being resulted into. In fact, it also goes on to say that the Constitution of India envisages the fraternity of equality, and hence there should be no such incidents, and secularism.
The top court there taking note of rising
fact,
hate environment in the country, which is leading to these hate speeches, and then directing what should be done. Ananya, we'll leave the conversation there. Thanks a lot for getting us those details. We're slipping into a very short break, coming back with lots more.